I welcome all of you to my fourth State of the County address. I have a lot that I'd like to share with you today. A look back at 2013 and exciting and innovative programs that we have in store for 2014 that I'm delighted to tell you about. And of course, what is always at the forefront of our concerns and what affects all of us: taxes, taxes, taxes. You know, I could probably fill up an entire speech talking about weather events since I've become county executive. Since taking office, we've seen ice storms in October, had an earthquake, plowed over 102 inches of snow, shared the devastation and destruction of Hurricane Irene, and we are still dealing with the effects of Superstorm Sandy. We've seen worse of the weather and the best of people. And here's an example of that. I'm so proud of all of our first responders, our Office of Emergency Management, Health Department, County Police, our Sheriff's Department, and Human Services. Our Department of Public Works and our Mosquito Control Commission has worked around the clock at times, salting and plowing so that when our residents were able to venture out, they could do so in the safest way possible. We shine in the toughest of times, all coming together to do whatever it takes to get the job done. They all deserve our respect and our gratitude, and I thank them very much. In that vein, I'd like to highlight a group of people that work behind the scenes, out of sight, but still so vitally important to our safety and security, and that's our public safety technicians, our dispatchers. They work at our Public Safety Operations Center in Mahwah, and on November 4th, 2013, they performed magnificently during the most horrifying event. That was the evening of the active shooter at the Garden State Plaza Mall, which we all recall. And amid chaos and so much information that was reported that could potentially have put many people's lives in danger, these men and women who are our dispatchers helped reassure and comfort and provide safety instructions to those terrified people trapped and hiding within the mall, as well as calming family members frantic for information about their loved ones. Some of those heroes are here today, and I'd like to acknowledge them. Would you please stand up? Our dispatchers, I think they're right there. Thank you. Thank you. Now for some of the things that we've been doing. In August, our Department of Law and Public Safety unveiled their TASER program, a non-lethal option that is applauded by law enforcement, mental health advocates, and our civil rights groups. Our Bergen County Police and SWAT team were the first in the county to receive authorization to use these devices and are ready to assist all of our police departments with this technology, and that's also a shared service. In 2013, we saw the groundbreaking of our long-needed new justice complex, which all of our freeholders attended and we all agree is desperately needed. And we continue to evaluate and sell property throughout the county, streamlining government and providing the most efficient services to our residents. Our Division of Asset Recovery continues to save the taxpayers money and has recovered over $1 million and counting. Excuse me. This program will continue in 2014. We continue to streamline county government, and we began our transition to paperless in 2013. We've implemented this within our purchasing procedures and coordinated with the freeholders on ordinances and resolutions. We will save $500,000 over the next 5 years while also saving hundreds of trees. We renegotiated the Bergen County Police contract with over $1 million in savings to be seen in this year, 2014, and over $6 million over the life of the contract. This is a great example of how unions and the county can work together to agree to a contract that works both for the members of the unions and the taxpayers of the county. We also settled 4 other contracts in 2013 working with our unions and 3 other contracts working with the prosecutor, and I thank them all for that. And new to this year, you may have noticed our Bergen County Cares logo right over there. It's a theme that you will see repeated in 2014. You have heard me all say that government can't do everything for everybody. We need partners and collaborators, and in 2014, you will see us working closely with other agencies for the betterment of all of our residents on a number of fronts. One issue that I believe needs to be highlighted that concerns public safety is one that we don't talk about much. It's an uncomfortable issue that some people would rather shove in a corner. Yet it's an issue that touches every town in the county, and that issue is domestic violence. I know it's not an easy subject to talk about. People make excuses for it. They rationalize, hey, it was only a push. I didn't really mean to hurt anybody. Those are not valid excuses. In December, I attended a candlelight vigil commemorating 4 people who lost their lives to domestic violence. These latest victims include a 23-year-old mother, a 58-year-old account executive, and a 5-year-old girl. They were killed by a husband, a boyfriend, and an ex-boyfriend of that little girl's mom. And that's not to suggest that only women are victims of domestic violence. Men are too. In 2011, there were 4,521 incidents of domestic violence reported to police in Bergen County alone, and 1,367 people were arrested. That's according to the New Jersey Uniform Crime Report. That's a lot of incidences and a lot of disruption and heartache to families. The County of Bergen has made great strides in addressing this violence that occurs most often in the home, where people should feel safe. Our Alternatives to Domestic Violence Division has created more and better services for victims and violators of the law. From educational programs in our schools to 24-hour hotline support to domestic violence crisis response teams to sheltering victims and children, Bergen County is here to help. And we have been fortunate to have the help of David Cohen, who's the Director of Alternatives to Domestic Violence, and Elaine Meyerson, the Executive Director of Shelter Our Sisters. Elaine and David, please stand and be acknowledged, and thank you. It is my intention to make sure that the county continues to be at the forefront of curtailing domestic violence. I want to make sure that victims know they have people in places to which they can turn for help. And I want those who are prone to domestic violence understand that the violence against their partners and spouses or children doesn't have to be that way, and we can help them too. One way we're going to accomplish this goal is through a partnership with No More. It's a national campaign designed to galvanize greater awareness to end domestic violence and sexual assaults. Working with our county ADV division, Shelter Our Sisters, and No More, we will be getting the message out that domestic violence is not acceptable and that Bergen County is here to help. We will do that through public service television messages, education, and greater awareness. Ending domestic violence is everybody's responsibility. In another division of our Human Services Department, Community Transportation is in the process of developing a one-call center, or a transportation hub, for those with disabilities, special needs, medical needs, or seniors who require transportation. We will be conducting a survey of the 70 municipalities to identify all available transportation services locally and countywide. Once our research is completed, we will reach out to develop the One Call Center, partnering with all of our towns in Bergen County. Using advanced GPS systems, this service will be able to identify available transportation within the caller's town or with the county to more efficiently dispatch the appropriate transportation services. This shared service is another way we can help improve the quality of life for the vulnerable people in our communities, and it is one more way that county and municipal governments can work together to make life better for our residents and save tax dollars. We all hear the buzzword shared services, and I've certainly said it a lot, and we know that when we share services, expertise, and facilities, we save money. But in order to benefit from sharing, we need to know what's available. And to that end, my staff is embarking on a project to enumerate and distribute a list of services to and for our 70 municipalities. We are hosting a shared services meeting on April 3rd to distribute a menu of county services available. We will also make this information easily accessible on our county website, giving municipalities the opportunity to review our services and to request information on them. This small step will be an enormous help in sharing information related to sharing services. In keeping with our theme of Bergen County Cares, we're a large county with over 900,000 people, with a lot of municipalities and many moving parts. The county and municipalities offer many services, but sometimes people don't know about them. They don't know who to connect to get the services, and even when they do connect, they sometimes get lost in the shuffle. Too many times, citizens have called my office out of anger and frustration in dealing with the endless bureaucracy they must navigate in order to obtain the services they or their loved ones are entitled to receive. I am always amazed that it frequently just takes a call from the county executive's office to cut through the red tape and get the required services. And this started me thinking, what about those people that don't know to seek the help of my office? Where or who do they turn to? Do they just give up? I'm going to help change that. I'm going to appoint a citizen advocate. I'll say it again, it's a citizen advocate. The role for this person, as the name implies, will be to work on behalf of people who need services, be it food stamps, affordable housing, job training, health services, home energy assistance, senior services, and any other help or services. The catalyst for this program happened several weeks ago when Mr. El Heshemite, at the end of his patience, came to my office utterly frustrated after he spent a half year, 6 months, trying to get services for his elderly parents. Within a couple of phone calls, we got to the bottom of the problem for Mr. El Heshemite, and we are working with him to get that much-needed assistance that is due his parents. In getting to know Mr. El Heshemite and hearing his story and frustration, it solidified with me the need for this service. Mr. El Heshemite, would you please stand for a moment? I know you're here, but I can't see. There he is, right back there. Thank you. Thank you, sir. The citizen advocate will operate out of my administrative office and report to me. He or she will be well-versed in social, medical, senior programs that are offered, government programs and charity assistance programs, and they will guide those who are having difficulties navigating through the system. Systems that can be confusing and tedious for even the best of us. In 2013, our health department kicked off their Be Healthy in Bergen Wellness Initiative, and in 2014, we'll continue and expand this mission. They will once again be participating in the New York Giants NBC Health Expo at the MetLife Stadium the weekend of July 19th. If you didn't go last year, go this year. It was terrific. But last year, we changed the name of our animal shelter to the Bergen County Animal Shelter and Adoption Center, with the emphasis on adoption. This year, we will soon be taking delivery of the new adoption van, which will allow for the safe transport of our animal friends and bring them into communities to teach us all about responsible pet ownership and the joy of adoption. As an aside, years ago, I adopted our dog from the animal shelter, and it was just wonderful. And all of you who are pet owners know how much your pet is a part of your family and how much they bring to it. Please look at our adoption center. It's terrific. Our collaboration with the Center for Food Action was focused this year on helping our most needy families to keep their pets healthy. Food and pet supplies poured in from people and their pets, and we plan to continue this mission. Our health department will be proactive in our communities with awareness and programs to support youth suicide prevention efforts, which is another area, sadly, that statistics continue to rise. We all know that Bergen County boasts the best park system in the state. We were more than proud when our 800-acre Overpeck County Park was named Best Park in Bergen County. And not so shabby was our Van Saun County Park, which was named runner-up. Overpeck Park has been hopping. Hardly a weekend goes by without an event at Overpeck. We had the Young Muse Music Festival, Bark in the Park, which will be back again this year, along with our first New Jersey Wine Festival and our annual Chuseok Harvest Festival that brought in over 30,000 visitors, to name just a few. But we're not resting on our laurels. We will continue to grow and beautify all of our parks, and that's just what our families have come to expect here in Bergen County. We work hard, we play hard, and no matter what your passion is in Bergen County, we have something for everyone. I'm also pleased to announce collaboration with Mr. Young Peck and his 1492 Club. Mr. Peck has a simple philosophy of peace and respect. He started his mission in the town of Fairlawn, where he developed a specimen lilac garden in the town's arboretum. He then donated a lilac tree to every resident that wanted one. That grew into educational programs for the town's students, and now Mr. Peck has come to us at the county. He has a vision to create a beautiful garden in Overpeck Park, and he'll be working with our Parks Director, Ron Kistner, along with officials in his native Korea, to facilitate the planning and planting of this majestic new garden for all to enjoy. Mr. Peck, where are you, please? If you would stand. There he is, in the back. Mr. Peck. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Peck, for sharing your love of nature with all of us. Overpeck County Park has been home to the Bergen County Fair and Fall Festival for the past 2 years. Each year, around 25,000 people have enjoyed the football game, carnival, music, 4-H and Master Gardener's Fair, and the fireworks. I'm happy to announce that this year's Bergen County Fair and Fall Harvest Festival will be on Saturday, September 27th, and Sunday, September 28th. The carnival, music, fireworks, along with 4-H and Master Gardener's Fair, all return with many other additions planned. The football classic will be again held during the festival, featuring St. Edward High School of Ohio versus Bergen Catholic High School. This game will be an instant classic. We'll be kicking off our county fair with our first Harvest Ball on Friday, September 26th. This gala event will benefit Bergen County charities near and dear to all of us and promises to be a spectacular evening you won't want to miss. On March 19th, just a couple of days from now, Bergen County will host for the 4th time the Bergen County Job Fair at Bergen Community College. Sometimes the biggest hurdle in finding a new job is just getting your foot in the door. These fairs have been an overwhelming success in facilitating those that are underemployed and unemployed link up with employers. To date, each fair has had over 100 employers and almost 3,000 job seekers walk through its door, and has put over 700 people back into the workforce. This effort has been made possible by a collaboration of groups led by my Deputy Chief of Staff, Peter Cardone, who has brought together the Bergen County Economic Development Corporation, Bergen One Stop, Bergen WIB, and Jobs for Jersey. The fairs have also brought in the help of the private sector and nonprofits such as Insera Supermarkets, Crestron Electronics, Wells Fargo, LG, and North Jersey Media Group. I want to extend a special thank you to Bergen Community College and the staff for partnering with us and hosting these fairs. I would like to come full circle for a minute and, as promised, talk more about education and our schools. I know we are all proud of our Bergen County schools, and well, we should be. The national media has ranked our Bergen academies in the top 10 schools in the United States, the top 10. Our Bergen County vocational schools, housing our nationally renowned Bergen academies, and our Teterboro School are both Blue Ribbon schools. Our county special services district is a statewide leader in the education of our children and adults with disabilities and exceptional needs. We have talented teachers and staff at all of our schools who, under the leadership of our superintendent and board, are primarily responsible for creating this outstanding learning environment. I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Howard Lerner and some of our volunteer board members now. Dr. Lerner, board members, please stand. Thank you. And board members. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Last year I told you that we were consolidating our special services district to a centralized $46 million educational complex on the former Juvenile Detention Center's 7-acre site in Paramus. The benefits of this change are both academic and financial. And let me remind you that this is a win-win-win situation. A win for our children and adults with special needs by offering the most advanced educational facilities and programs. A win for our local school districts, which should see substantial savings in daily busing costs. And a win for our Bergen County taxpayers by eliminating long-term, costly lease agreements, saving almost $1 million in 3 rental contracts in the first year alone. And I'm pleased to report that we have already broken ground on the state-of-the-art building, and we expect it to be finished sooner rather than later. I'll put it that way to you, but very soon. We hope for the fall, really, of 15 to have our students in there. Another win for us all is Bergen Community College. Under the direction of Dr. B.K. Walter, her superb administrative staff and faculty, Bergen Community College once again becomes the largest and finest community college in the state. Dr. Walter, would you please stand? Where are you, Kay? Here you are. Thank you. Dr. Walter's team is leading the college to a bright future, a future that will include a new multi-million-dollar health professionals integrated teaching center. The center will offer a state-of-the-art interdisciplinary medical simulation lab and will provide low-cost health services and screening for our elderly. It is also expected to attract 1,000 additional students for both credit and non-credit coursework. Bergen Community College continues to offer our county residents the most advanced academic programs and responds to the needs of the community. It is a jewel, and we are lucky to have them. I'm well aware that these schools, Bergen Community College, Bergen Academies, Bergen Vocational School, Bergen Technical, and Bergen Special Services, must be supported in providing these excellent learning experiences. And this year, my budget includes over $55 million in expenditures for our outstanding county educational system. And we have other projects to support our educational institutions in the county as well. For instance, we're currently working with the Passaic Valley Regional School District to build new tennis courts. The county has granted permission for the district to use a parcel of county-owned land. This land has been vacant and unused and is located next to the high school's athletic field. The district will pay for the construction of the courts on county land, and then both students and county residents in the Passaic Valley and anywhere else will get 5 beautiful new tennis courts. Last summer, we instituted a new 10-week summer internship program for 20 college students from our area colleges, Bergen Community, FDU, Felician, Rutgers, Ramapo, and other colleges. These student interns received intensive hands-on training in the daily operations of county government. After orientation and training, each student was assigned to a particular department, agency, or division and received an in-depth view of how county government operates. Interviews of college students for this year's internships begin next week. My administration also was in preliminary discussions with our county vocational administrative staff and LG Corporation in Englewood Cliffs to initiate a series of private-public projects that will provide Bergen County students with the latest, most up-to-date science, research, and business experiences in preparing them for the world of work. County government, county schools, county colleges, and the private sector continue to discuss new ideas, new projects, shared services, and elimination of duplication for the well-being and advancement of our Bergen County residents and taxpayers. My administration continues to work diligently to find ways in which government, education, and private industry can work together to implement programs that will help our county residents and reduce costs. We must always look at the present, but be ever mindful of the future of Bergen County and its residents and how to serve them going forward. With that in mind, in 2017, our current operating agreement for Bergen Regional Medical Center is set to expire. Leadership's got to be proactive, and so to that end, I will be signing an executive order and announcing an advisory task force to draft requests for proposals on the future of Bergen Regional Medical Center. It is imperative that we begin this process now. Significant changes have been made in regard to health care and the delivery of those services since the 90s when this agreement was put in place. It is vital that we provide quality care and services in an efficient and cost-effective manner and provide a safety net of health care services to indigent and the medically underserved population of Bergen County. And we must be able to respond to changes that have taken place in the healthcare market for Bergen County, including changes in laws and regulatory requirements. I will establish and I will be announcing a 7-member task force. It will include a community oversight board member, a freeholder designee, a member from our business community, a Bergen Regional Foundation member, a labor union representative, a member from the mental health community, and a chairperson. I look forward to beginning this process as soon as possible. When I was sworn in as your county executive in 2011, I pledged, walking in the door, that we were going to change how county government operated, and we have done just that. I'm proud to say that 4 budgets later, we have again introduced a budget that is over $6 million less than the budget that was left for us when we walked in the door on January 1st, 2011. I made a promise to the taxpayers of Bergen County that I would keep any tax increases, if we had to have them, below the rate of inflation, and now, beginning my 4th year, I have kept that promise to the people of Bergen County. Since taking office, one of the crucial issues that we have found substantial savings for you has been in the refunding of county general obligation bonds, VOTEC bonds, college bonds. It's a common sense idea, didn't take a lot, but to date we have saved over $6.2 million by doing that. We didn't bond for more money, we just rebonded what we had and saved money. One of the reasons, by the way, that I thought was so important to conduct my State of the County address here at one of our outstanding county schools is my commitment to the students and education here in Bergen County. After all, they are our future. As I stated earlier, my budget calls for an increase of $1.6 million for education, which includes a 5% increase in Bergen Community College and over $700,000 in increases to our VOTEC and special services districts. When I'm assured that your tax dollars will go right where they belong, into the classroom and directly to our students' education, increasing dollars for education is easy and the right thing to do for Bergen County. I know how special the students here at Bergen Technical High School are, and we have seen them at their best during this ceremony. As I said earlier, they've been behind the scenes throughout, and I again think that they, along with Principal Tankard and his superb staff, deserve a special round of applause. I also want to thank my staff for helping me with this, because there's a lot of things that go into having a speech like this, and I thank them all for what they've done, and I thank all of you for coming. In conclusion, I would like to say the state of Bergen County is alive and well, and we should all be proud of that. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Thank you.